Okay guys, I don't know if you can see me, but I am going to show you how to make meatloaf. Obviously I've already got a pound of ground beef. It is the 93.7. There is a 3/4 cups of breadcrumbs right there. I'm working on the onions. I'm gonna add celery, ketchup, Worcestershire sauce, salt, and garlic powder, and an egg. I have just added a 1/2 cup of diced onions into the mix, and I have just added probably a 1/2 of a stalk of celery. I like celery, but a lot of people don't and may not want it in their meatloaf, but I like a little bit in my meatloaf, so I added about a 1/2 of a stalk of celery. I have now added the 1/2 cup, it says minced onion, but I diced mine. It also says a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, which I added 2 teaspoons of minced garlic, but I used garlic powder, and 3/4 of a teaspoon of pepper and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt have all been added. I've also added my egg. Now I'm going to add my ketchup. It's 3/4 cups of ketchup, but it's divided. You're going to put some in it, and then you're going to put some on top of it. Okay, now I'm mixing everything together. The hamburger meat, breadcrumbs, Worcestershire sauce, the onions, the celery, the ketchup, the egg. Mince it in there really good. Get it all mixed really good together. Okay, I'll stop. And once you have got it all mixed, you put it in your meatloaf pan, and then you put it in the oven at 350 degrees. Looks really good right now, guys. 350 degrees, and it says you can use an 8x4 inch loaf pan. You can aluminum foil it or whatever. I usually spray oil in my meatloaf pan, and now we're going to put it in the oven for 45 to 55 minutes. So with the meatloaf we're making, Lexi has already started peeling her russet potatoes, and we like to keep a bag to the side just for the peelings and stuff. So as you can tell, she's peeling the potatoes, and we're going to have mashed potatoes or creamed potatoes with this meatloaf. And as you can see now, Lexi is cutting up, dicing the potatoes. You want to try to keep them all about the same size because they cook evenly that way, and they should all be ready when the boiling is done. You won't have to worry about having some of those pieces in there that aren't done. That's a big knife, people. So when you're done dicing your potatoes, rinse them really good in a colander so they're good and clean and ready to go into the pot to boil. Now we have them in the pot, cover them with water, sprinkle a good amount of salt in there. We want it to taste like the ocean, but not the Dead Sea, as Amber was. So we do cheat with the vegetables a lot of times. We've opened up 2 cans of green beans, but to make those taste like they were homemade and cooked all day, we add a good amount of salt. We eyeball that. I don't measure the salt. We usually eyeball a lot of stuff. Add some butter and actually a little bit of cooking oil. It can be canola or vegetable oil. I typically use vegetable oil. Those are better for you. And we have a frozen ear of corn over there. It's just those little half ones for my husband who does not like green beans. So we've got all this going, and the meatloaf is still cooking in the oven, and it has 16 more. Potatoes are done and in the bowl, and now we're going to add salt, butter, milk, and yes, cream cheese. That is the secret to our mashed potatoes. Let's see how they turn out. Now we are blending our butter, our salt, and our cream cheese and milk. Don't add a lot of milk in the beginning because if you add too much, you can't take it out. Add a little more milk. And then the butter and the cream cheese and the salt is obviously to your tastes. The meatloaf is out and ready, and the mashed potatoes and the green beans are ready, and we are about to deliver this to my sister-in-law and brother-in-law because it is her birthday. Happy birthday, Irma. And voila, that is meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and green beans made by me and Lexi. And we are about to take it over to the, I'm sure, excited couple because they knew we were doing this for Irma's birthday. So hopefully they'll enjoy. We are going to put the recipe in the comments, in the description, and that way you guys can make any of these items yourself if you choose to. Please leave us a comment. Thank you.